This is another episode of Christopher Reads the Help Files. In this one, I'll be reading the points workflow. Refer to this section for high-level descriptions of tasks you might perform when working with points in Autodesk Civil 3D. So we have to create a drawing template for points, to create a project point database, to create points, to change the appearance of points. Create drawing templates that contain standard styles, settings, and other point-related information. Helps you work more efficiently and ensures the final drawings conform to Office standards. Create a new drawing. Open an existing drawing or create a new one. Set the default point settings. Select the default point settings for the template. Create the point styles. Create the point styles for the template. Create the point label styles. Create the point label styles for the template. Create the point table styles. Create the point table styles for the template. Create the point groups. Create the point groups for the template. Create the description keys. Create the description keys for the template. Create the point file formats. Create the point file formats for the template. Save the drawing as a template. Save the drawing as a template enables you to leverage the styles and settings. So I want to check one thing in the survey database, right? We can right click and create a new survey database. And then we can go in and import survey data. And we can tell which one we want to go to. And we can go to point file. And I guess this is pulled directly from the drawing, I guess. So let's see if it is. So I guess it tells you to user point database or user point file. So we don't want that one. And then if I go to survey database, so I guess it does pull it from the drawing. Thought maybe it pulled it from a separate setting. But that looks like I was wrong. And then the next step is to create a project point database. Adding points to an Autodesk Civil 3D project allows others to access the points. Create a new drawing. Open an existing drawing or create a new one. Create points in the drawing. Use any method, including importing point data from a file. Create an Autodesk Civil 3D project. Create a new project in the project database. Add the drawing points to the project. To use the add to project command to add points to a project. Protect the project points. To prevent others from modifying the project points, protect them. I guess I'm just confused. The survey database takes the points directly. Why ask the users to insert them into the drawing first, right? It really should be done into the survey database. I don't see why they're telling you to create them in the points, and then the video points to import points from a database, which is a different task. So that's definitely wrong, because insert points from a database is taking it from the database and inserting it into the drawing. And here they're telling you to import it in from a file, and then in the next step they're going to add points to the project in 3.1, 3 down. So it makes no sense what they're doing here. I probably didn't explain it very well in this feedback, but they're going to write what they want. To create points, before creating points in a drawing, specify settings and options that control how points are created and how they appear in a drawing. Save time by saving commonly used styles, description keys, point groups, and point file formats in a drawing template. Create a new drawing. Use a drawing template that contains styles, description keys, point file formats, and point groups you will use. Choose point creation settings. Use any method, including importing point data from file. Select point identity settings. If you plan to create points by importing, select point identity settings. Specify description key matching. If you are using description key matching, specify the order in which description keys are matched. Create, import the points, or create copies of project points. To create copies of project points, use either the get from project command or the checkout command. I can totally see why users are confused because they're mixing and matching concepts here, right? You either have the database concept or you have the COGO points within a drawing, and they usually they should be split up better and described better than what they're doing here. So it really feels they are And so that's my feedback on this. And so the next section is to change the appearance of points. Before producing hard copy drawings for a project, you can adjust the appearance of points in the Civil 3D drawing. Use styles and point groups to change the appearance of the points in a drawing. Change the appearance of points or use point group overrides. Use another style. For example, you can remove the point numbers from the display. Use point group overrides to change the appearance of all the points in a point group. Delete unwanted points. You can delete unwanted points using the point editor. Use layers to control point visibility. If you prefer that some points are not displayed, you can turn off or freeze the layer. So I guess that's all true. Actually, I think they're mixing topics again. Because the delete unwanted points is focused on and so they're kind of like, yeah, you can use the point editor, but I would just imagine that's more for the database workflow. If you're just creating points within a drawing, which they are also covering, you can just delete them from the drawing. They're kind of confusing the issue where there's two distinct workflows, and they're kind of like merging them together in this workflow section. And so this was another episode of Christopher Reads the Help Files Points Workflow.